Good evening, friends of the pod, and welcome. We are live from the field at Harmon Stadium. It is Monday night. We're in our usual time slot. Due to it being senior night and all the festivities for our seniors, we decided to bring it to the field tonight, especially for them. Before we get started, though, we have a special sort of sponsor type on the bench segment. Step one. This is Kate, and she is with the Magical Paintbrush. You can see Kate at every home football game, and you probably have. She has the tent, right, the little booth, not far from the locker rooms, and she paints all the faces on the kids and even some of the adults. Kate's going to tell you a little more about herself and her business, and then we'll get to this little person that's hanging out with us, and she's our victim for the evening. It is almost Halloween. So, Kate, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
It's very exciting. I told you we'd be in warmth, but we're not. So
yeah, we're not.
We're smiling and nodding. My hair's blown around too, so you can't see it. That's
it's getting stuck in your lip gloss.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and a Magical Paintbrush for those who haven't been yet.
So I'm an art teacher in the school district, and the Magical Paintbrush started itself actually a couple years ago. My best friend's sister called me, and she said, "Can you paint faces at my 5-year-old daughter's birthday party?" I ordered a $10 kit on Amazon, and I showed up to her 5-year-old daughter's birthday party, and my phone number started to get passed around, and that literally was the start of my business. It was a total accident, and I thought to myself, well, let me start a Facebook page. So I started a Facebook page, and here I am 3 years later, over 900 likes later on Facebook, and my business exploded from there, and that's exactly it. So I'm self-taught. I never went to school for this. I just used my art background, my art talent, and I picked a name that I thought would be special to the kids, special to adults, because there truly is magic in art, and there truly is talent behind it.
What she does is magic, folks. Trust me. And it's not just on the faces. So she not only is an art teacher, her stuff is good. We know each other for quite a while, so sorry I had to throw.
No, it's okay.
Keep going. You're on
I don't use stencils or anything. I just do everything free-handed. And I think that that's the beauty in it. And that's what makes it so, so special, especially with the little kids. I wear sunglasses that they could watch themselves get painted. And I also make noises to help keep their attention. And it's a really fun thing for myself and them as well. I make it an experience. So I'm really thankful that the football team invited me to be here, because even though I am a teacher, I was still a guest at all of these games. But it was super special because this is where I went to school. I'm a graduate of Hazleton area. I was a cheerleader myself. And so this is really special to me to have been here and have been a part of all these games, adding school spirit to everyone, for the seniors, for the coaches, for everyone involved. And it has been really fun to be a part of all of these.
So Kate, actually, we've talked, and Kate is actually going to be our game week sponsor this week. Not only will she be on the show tonight, she's also in on the sponsorship for our pregame report on Friday Night Live, and also our post-game report on Friday Night Live, which also happens 10 minutes after the clock hits zeros. Unfortunately, Kate is not going to make this week's football game. We were going to do pregame report live from under the tent, but we sort of put our heads together, and this is what we came up with, and I think it's awesome that you're here. We're actually going to show you, and Kate's kind of going to be our second guest on the bench, brought to you by Farrell's Funeral Home. She has a victim here. We won't call her a victim, but she's actually my daughter, Anna Rose. Kate is actually going to take her back down the locker room here and paint her up, and Anna's been one of her prototypes, I guess.
Absolutely.
Before.
Yes.
We did it at Meet the Cougars as well, but that was just like for everybody to see. But they're going to head back down while we do the rest of the show, the first half of it. And she's going to work her up kind of to get ready for a senior game this week. And we'll show you the results when we come back at the halfway point after we do the Bar Bush Automotive BLB Auto Sales Players of the Game. So I'm going to take your mic.
Okay.
There we go. Again, Kate, thank you.
You're so welcome.
It is the Magical Paintbrush, face paint by Kate. You can catch her and a lot of her works, actually, everything, right? You pretty much post it. It's the Magical Paintbrush on Facebook, correct?
Yes.
So, okay, I'm going to send these two on their way. So good luck.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we are going to do things a little different this week because it is senior week. So we're going to head over to On the Bench, brought to you by Farrell's Funeral Services Incorporated since 1892, located at 26 West 2nd Street here in Hazleton. When the family is in that time of need, please give them a call at 570-454-1561. My good friend Jeff Farrell is the director, Andy Piskel, the supervisor. When I asked for this, just like I do all our sponsors, they come in, give us what we need, and this is how we come to you every week. And I can't believe we're already at week 10. I mean, this is just insane. It's all gone so fast, but so many good memories, so many good times, especially with our guests. Like I said, we have a 1 and a 2 tonight. You met Kate, who of course is our Facebook sponsor. The finished results, and you'll all be able to see what she does, really makes part 2 of our On the Bench segment. When we get to the halfway point here, after our player of the game, you'll see what she's done. But we're going to take it to the bench this week for the Farrell's Funeral Services Incorporated On the Bench. And you can see they're all lined up here. Coach is here. We have all our seniors. High five, boys. Bring it. Coach is going to get in here. I'm going to give you the mic. Oh, I'll high five you. I should never turn my back to the camera. You guys are crazy. All right. So it is senior week. Senior game coming up Friday. Last right, fellas. Yep. All right. Last game, although playoffs are a step away. We don't want to talk about that too much. But Coach, we're going to go around the ring, right? And we'll kind of talk to each one, give a little story about each one, and we'll pay our homage to our seniors.
Well, I'm going to give everybody the mic.
Okay.
And let them have their shining moment.
Yeah.
Since it is, we'll start on the bench first.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm Brian Welch. I play center and defensive end.
Anything to say, Ryan?
I don't really have
any other time.
This is your time.
This is your time, brother. This is your ride.
I don't have a story.
I'm ready for public speaking. Jeremy does.
Jeremy's got it.
My name is Shavers Diller. I did play the O-line, the D-line, and I was here, but I got hurt during camp, and that was my senior year.
Jeremy's also a follower, which is kind of cool, right? So, let's
I'm
go.
Connor
You always
Bacon.
have something to say.
I played outside linebacker and wide receiver. I've been in the Hazleton area for 7 years now, going strong. Hopefully, we could end the season off right.
All right, let's go back towards Coach and start with Mr. Gennaro, and then you go right down the line.
Yeah, I'm Logan Gennaro. I play DB and receiver, and I've been playing with him since I grew up. Like I was growing up playing with him. I played with all these guys growing up. So
you're a three-timer too on player
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe working on a fourth. We'll get the gold rollout, right,
Coach,
Coach?
how's the culture and climate?
Pretty cold outside. It's light breeze coming around.
Yeah, I'm usually giving a weather report, so I'll leave it to you, Zap. Go ahead, man.
Sounds good. I'm Jake Sabataki. I'm a senior. I play center, just offense. I'm a 3-year starter for Hazleton. And yeah, I play with all these guys, and it's sad to see it end, but we're trying to get out on a good moment, and it's bittersweet, but we're going to work this week. So.
Hi, I'm Sam Heller. I'm an inside linebacker. I also played tight end earlier in the season, but I dislocated my finger, so I've been in a club ever since. But yeah, it's crazy thinking about like all the hours we spent on this field. Now this is our last ride, so.
My name is Jonathan Moda. I play defensive tackle. I've been here in this program for 2 years now, and I can say there's nothing better about this. This is like truly one of the best families I've ever found. And all I can hope is that we end the season on a high note and get a playoff.
It's funny, Coach. You'll see this as each against each one. Their hearts are probably pounding. What am I going to say? What am I going to say? Much like you, but nothing never does any other time. Trust me, it should be on the sidelines pregame. All right, I'm sorry to take your moment, my friend.
Very good. I'm Joel Vasquez, and I've been in this program for 4 years. Started playing football my freshman year, and I love all the stuff I learned all these years. I started with Coach Derek as my line coach, so that's great. And honestly, I'm just excited to type this last game, bring it to and good with my family.
My name is Randy Phillum. This is my first year playing football, my first and last year, but I can really say that these guys have really made this game really fun, so encouraging me to get out there, step up when I had to. And even though it's my first and last year, I've had a lot of fun playing with these guys, and I hope this game, we do good in it.
My name is Damian Munoz. I worked with these guys all summer, all school year. And I'm actually really happy to call them my brothers. I know we're not related by blood or anything, but I'm really happy to call them.
I'm Russell Schmidt. I play right tackle. I've been in this program for 4 years now. I've been injury prone here and there, and switching positions constantly. But I think right tackle is what I really found home, and staying healthy this season really made it the best it could have possibly been. I'm glad that I got to ride out the whole season with the senior crew and the people that I grew up around with playing.
Thanks, fellas. All right. So who's got a good story for me about Coach? Look at him looking at it. Who's got it? Who's got it? Jake? It's okay. Just blame it on him.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I don't think there's just one good moment. Definitely all throughout the season. We work together. People don't really realize how much work goes into, a football program, especially a high school football program. It's a full-time job for not only coaches, but just athletes as well. So being here every single day throughout the summer, carrying on in the school year now in the fall, it's just all around an abundance of just moments and joy and everything like that. So, there's not one particular story. There always was one thing, we didn't look forward to was the end of practice, especially at summer, because we knew we were either at the goal line or, running up and down 5 yards doing the snake drill, whether or not it's Kentucky's. But, I mean, other than that, though, so many good moments. I mean, there's not just one we could choose out of. Really, I believe I could speak with everybody here. We look at Coach Sacco as our second father. Papa Cougar. That's it. Just being out here every single day, putting the work, and I couldn't thank him, and nobody else can thank him more than what he did for us so far. And that's what we're going to continue to do this season.
This is a guy, a man, with an injury. And when his father came to me last Friday night and told me in the press box, I didn't even see him pregame. It just shows you the leadership, and I've used you in this role. A lot of people that I've talked to. It right there shows you what senior leadership, being a senior, being a part of a group, being part of a family, and you guys all pretty much had the same thing to say that, you'll walk with your brothers. You're all brothers in this. You'll never be able to walk with this group again after Friday night and as well as next week. Like I said, we're not pushing there. We want to get through this week and we want to get one more, right? I mean, that's what he said. That's what everybody.
No, I just want to say that
Joel's got something.
I got to have a good story. Actually, I was not going to play football this year. I was set on it. I did not want to play. I broke the school record for discus, so a 21-year-old record. I said I was going to focus on track. So quit football. But Coach Sacco, he did not quit on me. He texted me, told other people to text me. He tried to convince me to come back. I did, and I don't know. So I'm forever grateful for that. Let me see you in football.
There you have it. I mean, two stories that we heard the story a couple weeks ago, and I'm blown away. Anybody else? Got big mouth on the end there. But I'll hear you Friday night, I'm sure.
I just want to mention, because we're missing a couple. So we got Ashton Carlick, who's also a senior, who's not here tonight.
Right.
All right, so I want to make sure we mention him. And then Andrew Gensel, who's not here. Who's not here tonight. Two seniors that couldn't make it. Total, we have 13 seniors that we're going out with. And then also Brady Arista, our senior, who is our manager. I don't know if a lot of guys know this about Brady, but when Brady was young, he had an accident and he had to have like multiple surgeries where he couldn't play sports. And Brady reached out to me and said that he loves football and wanted to be a part of this team and be a part here, and is just so thrilled to be able to come out with. So he's going to walk with you guys senior night at halftime to let him go out, get some love that he deserves as well. So he'll be our 14th member that's walking out. And I've been up front with these guys all year. It's a tough thing to be a small senior class and carry that light for the future of the program. And I said it tonight in film, these guys could be the catalyst for something that turns this program around. And it starts and stops with them and their leadership and what they do on the field. So they had a big load to carry this year on their shoulders. First year head coach coming in here, learning as I'm going as well. But they all made me better this year, just like they made this team better. So I thank them for that, because it's my first year as a head coach, and you never forget your first year. So got my first win with these guys. Nobody could ever take that from me. But this group is very special to me, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be right here and be right here for a long time.
Like I said, you'll never walk with this bunch again, but you can always say you did. So I want to thank you guys for taking time after film. I know you've been inside all night, calling it cold. What are you going to do Friday night? Then you have Big Mouth on you, and he's over there chattering his teeth. But we're going to let these guys get out of here. Your 2025 senior Cougar football players, guys, give yourselves a hand. Thanks for coming out, brother. I got to know a lot of them this season. They're a good bunch of guys. They're not kids. They're men. And as Coach always says, they're football players. And there's nothing more I can say about this group. But let's get a win Friday night, right? So we can take it in fresh in a Wilkes-Barre and do what we should have did 3 weeks ago to win. So there you have it, folks. The 2025 Cougar senior football players. We're going to take a walk, go home, study, sleep, study.
A lot of studying.
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of just take the long route, because if we do that way, you're going to see my son scraped up in his sister's hoodie. He got a good bunch of guys there, man.
Oh, absolutely the best.
To come along and on this ride with you guys, and when we did this when it was a lot warmer back in August, before we did Meet the Cougars and get together with you.
Well, and it's
a couple months before. It's been a fun ride.
It's tough for this group because we came in as a new coaching staff. Changed some things around, put in new plays, put in new things on offense, put in different things on defense, and these guys had to learn, knowing that they didn't have very long to learn it,
right,
and to do it and to step up. Where the younger players are going to get years now of development and growth in that system. So it's tough for them, and I feel for them. And I told them, I said, my senior year, we had a down year when I was a senior, coming off of two of the greatest teams ever in Hazleton history, and then my senior year, hate to say this, but it was one of the worst records that Rocco Patron probably ever had.
Right.
And I said, I had to live with that on my shoulders as a senior and a captain, and you're the kind of catalyst for those younger players coming up and doing that. So, they had to live a lot, but I tell them it's more than, you learn so much more than just football. You learn the lessons of life in this, and that's the thing with football. It will humble you.
Quickly, as we get ready here to take our walk, of course we have to get hit in the face with the wind, as usual. Quickly, we want to thank our sponsors. I know we did our game week sponsor on the Magical Paintbrush, but as always, without these people, and we will tell you a little bit more about them as we do every week once we do our player of the game segment. R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating, Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House. Again, our game week sponsor, brand new, the Magical Paintbrush, face paint by Kate. Our player of the game sponsor, Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales. And of course, we did part one of On the Bench Again, a big thank you to Farrell's Funeral Services Incorporated. Quickly, the Dallas game last Friday night, pretty much not on the scoreboard, but an even keel as far as time, as far as plays. I actually had stats that I can honestly stand here and tell you in my mind what was going through my head. Minor miscues led to that score at halftime, which was only, it wasn't as bad as it seemed. Unfortunately, in the second half, right from the start, it just seemed to get away from our guys. But, from the start till finish, again, being able to be down here when I'm on the TV side, only for a few minutes at the half and a few minutes at the end of the game, the Cougar never say die attitude, never let up. And again, no matter what the score is, there's always a feel that they're in the game. Senior leadership, we talked to Jake Zapataki, and for some reason, I'm always around when he's talking. Again, I would hear him on the sidelines just when and we had a small talk actually when he came off the field with the last minute and a half. And the discussion between he and I was, you're going down by this much, but you come out fresh. You come out, you get your break, you feel good. Unfortunately, the start of the second half didn't go that way. But the man who was going to tell us all about it, as we rewind a little bit and refresh, Coach Sacco is back with us. Coach, thanks for coming on. We decided to come outside for the seniors. It's not that bad.
No,
I thought about
we got spoiled because we were in shorts and a t-shirt for most of the year.
Oh yeah, and we look good too. Yeah. I mean, even though you're taller,
I had to put some pants on tonight.
I know. I said you did have shorts on to start with.
Yeah.
Say at least you got some swag.
But
anyway,
you know what? These are old. These are old ones.
Going classics. I went with the classic hat.
Yeah.
I did.
But no, I challenged our guys before we came out and said we're always a second half team, and we start off so slow. And I challenged them to come out. The only game that we went right down and scored on the opening drive was Berwick. And we all know how the Berwick game went. And it's kind of the same kind of role. Not as bad as that game was. It was definitely more of an evenly matched game. Dallas is a younger team, just like we do, getting some guys ready to play. But we went down and we scored. And then what I said to our guys tonight, it's like we scored and we won the Super Bowl. And
it was a quick drive. It was a strong drive.
Yeah, and
they controlled that line like there was no tomorrow to start with.
And we then got a stop, 3 and out, and we get the ball back. And I said to them tonight, I said it was in my head. We're going right down. We're scoring again, and we're winning this game. And we had some miscues, we had some missed blocks. They get the ball, they score, and then they get the quick onside kick, where I'll take that one on the chin. That's twice now in a season where, we had an onside kick in the middle of a game, to be honest. And this was more of a pop-up kick where they kicked it short.
Right. It was actually right on the 45-yard line.
And you could go over it in practice, and you could do it in practice like we do and go over it. And I think it's the moment of the game. We had 3 guys looking at the ball and not even realizing that they needed to jump on it and get on it.
It happened fast.
Like I said, that could go back on coaching to make sure that your players know that. We thought that we went over it enough and just, thought that they would know that. But as we all know in high school football, it's the little things like that. And from there, that changed the momentum of the game right there. They then got the ball back, short yardage, went down the field, they scored, and it just kind of, the game got away from us. And mistakes and miscues and different things. And, we had stuff working on offense. We had stuff open. We just couldn't commit and get that ball into the end zone. And, one of these games, it's all going to click for us. I hope we got this game and then the playoff game, hoping that it all comes together. But, we got a lot of stuff to work on in this upcoming year coming up.
And I know it sounds like we talk about the same stuff every week. It's going to get better. But if you're not here, then you're not here.
Yeah.
But being able to see it every week, you could see, especially with that quick score, the quick 3 and out that the defense was able to force.
Yeah.
It's there. It just needs to be the right time. trust me, it's one of those, if I can't tell you, then I can't tell you.
Put it all together. Like, we have guys at certain points in the game that are playing well and they're improving week to week, but it just hasn't been as a whole.
Right.
And that's
right.
what we're missing. It's like we do one thing well, then we do another thing not.
Right.
And it just, if we put all of it together and we just play, you could ask any coach in the Wyoming Valley Conference. We scare teams. This is not your typical, 1-8 team where you just think you're going to come in here and get an easy win. You know it's going to be tough. You know how we're going to fight, and we scare teams. We definitely do. With the talent that we have, they know, and if it clicks, then it all clicks at the right time, and it could just take off from there. And I said to our players tonight, if it's ever going to click, let's do it for our seniors on senior night. These guys that lay their heart and effort into this for years and have done this for the program, proud to still wear the Cougars across their chest, and let's make sure that we go out and we play for them. So hopefully we come out here Friday night. It'll be our final home game, put on a good show for our fans and do it right by our seniors.
Yeah, I get a lot of the opportunity now every week, being on the internet radio side and the TV side. Every coach that I've spoken to, and it's even before the interview happens, that's a really good football team over there. They're young. I know we've heard the young thing so many times, but it is. Just look at the cast of seniors we had just spoken to. We were only missing 2 guys, 14 in total, correct?
Yeah, well, 13, and then Brady's or 14.
Brady Arista, yes. Yeah. But, I mean, that's a small class, man. I believe it was either Coach Arcangeli for Crestwood, or Pittston's head, Coach Manello.
They only have 10.
Oh, is it Dallas only has 10?
Dallas only has 10.
Or is it Crestwood that has 22, I think?
That was Pittston.
Pittston
at 21.
My bad. Yeah. 22 seniors is a big class.
You look at all the teams that are doing really well this year. Berwick,
right?
They're undefeated. They're ranked in the state. Pittston, they just won the Wyoming Valley Conference. They're all very senior heavy, and that's kind of what happens. That's what happens with these programs when you're senior heavy. And I've said this before. We need to change our structure of our program from the younger teams up through, because we never want to go through a year like this again, where we're getting so many young players. Yep. You should be a program. I mean, Dallas is the state. They're a young team with a chance to be 500.
Coach Manello had mentioned that as well. And that was before.
And that is the sign of a great program that develops young players and gets them ready. Because that team was just as young as we are.
Right.
And they lost to Pittston 35-36. They beat Wilkes-Barre. They played Abington Heights tough. They played all of these good teams tough. And that's a really young team. And that's where we want the future of this program to go. But we need to change that within our structure of our program. And that's what we're going to do in the off season, is change some things up.
And that's just it. You got to remember too, and I'm not making excuses for you or your staff, but new staff comes in, different procedures, different ways of operating. So there's so much to build on and build into, especially by what
we changed our playbook. We have the things that we wanted to change are done. This offseason is going to be change the culture of the program. And that, culture, we have tough kids. We got guys that play hard. Change the culture of how we develop our younger players to have them ready. So by the time that they're ready to step onto the field on a Friday night, they've already gone against the competition that we're going against. And that's getting younger players up and ready and practicing with the varsity and doing that. Right. So that's our plans. But, we still have 2 games to go. And we don't want to. It's
not over yet.
It's definitely
not.
And
a lot can change in 2 weeks.
And it could be more than 2 games.
Right.
It definitely could be.
Right. So there you have it, right from the head Cougar's mouth. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you getting out here every week with us. You're just straight up. You're not, no, I don't really want to do it. It's not one of those. We kind of get up for it. It's strange. We're weird. But it's when you walk in this place, it kind of changes your whole attitude. and he gets to do it every day. So we're going to bring the boys around here as we get set for our Barbush Automotive BLB Auto Sales Players of the Game. This week, we have a defensive player, and we're going special teams, but I want to tell everybody quickly about Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales, located at 1299 Route 924 in Harley, just out of in Hazel Township since 1937, practicing business. Give us a call. We do it all is their motto. Barbush Automotive on the repair and emergency repair and service and your inspection. I know a lot of inspections just went out. And I'm sure business has just been flying in the door as it always is over there on the 924 Harley Road. Also, the auto sales sides, which both the automotive and the auto sales are located on the same premises, 1299 State Route 924 over there, just on the Harley Road. BLB has many, many, many vehicles in stock. You are welcome to check them out in person. They are open till 5:30 Monday through Friday, open till 12:30 on Saturdays, or the weather is getting a bit colder and these guys are ready to kill me, but this is what I got to do. This is how we do business. You can check out all their inventory as well at www.barbushauto.com. Bryant and Barbush and his staff, great people. Been able to speak to them twice already when we got this whole thing rolling back in the beginning of the year. Just excellent people. And again, as I thank all the sponsors, I want to thank Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales. They've been our player of the game, and hopefully we'll continue this thing for a long time to come. Again, please give the automotive side a call, 570-454-7571. And again, the auto sales side, 570-861-8393, as we bring our players of the game in here. Coach, you want to pick one and go first, and then I'll grab the awards?
Let's do the first timer.
First timer.
First timer.
Look at him
First
smiling. Look at the hair going.
It's a
Ryan does that too, but I'm not taking my hat off. All right.
So we got Gianni out here for special teams player. Literally first time kicking. You know, was a converted soccer player that we got to come out and kick for us. Literally have just thrown him into the fire. He's done everything from punts to kickoffs to extra point, field goal. The improvement that he's made this year, just from where you first started to where he's at now, I mean, pretty much as long as we get the snap down, he's pretty much automatic on the extra points.
I can tell you stories that when I walk in this gate every Monday, he is at that net. He is working his butt off.
Yeah.
Pre-game every week when I see him, we always chit chat, right? We say
Yeah.
hi and we goof around a little bit, but he is always working to get better, always striving to get better, and you can see it by his play on the field every week.
But he had some big time kicks for us this week, extra point right down the middle. From kickoff, he had to step in on punt this week, made sure he got it off. Player of the week, special teams.
Gianni Turris, congratulations. Our special teams player of the week, Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales. Your thoughts, my friend?
I appreciate the special teams player of the week. It's my first time actually formally meeting you. It's
first time, long time, right?
First time, long time.
First time, long time.
I hope
we're not even on the radio.
Yeah. I just jumping into the season fresh. I didn't play any sports sophomore year, and then came into this junior year. Coach Sacco kind of told me, "Hey, let's try it out." I know I always came and got adjusted, and he always told me, he always was on me, "Hey, come try it out," and I did, and I liked it. I liked the team. Coach Sacco was always there and pushing. I could never see him giving up on, even when I wasn't making them or I was just starting off. He was always on me, telling me, "You're gonna get better. We're gonna do better." And I appreciate that a lot. Means a lot, goes further than most people think, and it just made me, want to keep coming back every day.
We'll count this one for next year for the Golden Robe when you're on more than once. So you got to get, what do we say, Coach? 5, right? Some were up to 3 or 4, right? Well, this is going to be, right? I think this is 4 for you, isn't it?
3. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. My mind's going.
He got shafted at the time when he had the big rush and we put the offensive line on.
Oh, I have
So-
a text that said that too.
Yeah. We
Coach and I always text Monday. Usually it's Monday. I don't like to bother him on the weekends, but we use Monday morning. He gets my text between 9, 10, or 10:30, and it's like, hey, but I actually still I have all the texts, but
so this is your third time?
Yeah.
No, really, it should be his fourth time because his big game that he had, we gave it to the linemen
right,
to try to
right,
get the big uglies on here
absolutely.
and give them some
Who
credit.
did you take him for pizza?
I
yet?
still have to. I know.
I know you got 2 games
have
now,
to,
Zach.
So defensive this week, player of the game. We challenged him at his safety role to come up, make some plays, got to make some hits in the run game, and try to challenge guys when they're running downhill. He had 15 tackles this week. So stepped up to the challenge, does it on both sides of the ball, whether it's rushing, does it with a smile and his mouth shut. Like it just, whatever you ask him to do, he does it, he always performs. And that's it. Can't get him out of the game. Even if he's hurt, he won't go back in and says he's fine, but it's our defensive player of the game.
He's a football player.
Yep,
Coach.
absolutely. Xavier Heck.
Defensive player of the week, Xavier Heck, buddy. Tell him about it.
Yeah, Dallas run the ball a lot, but I knew how to step up in the run game and do what I could. Offensively, I couldn't get it going much, but that means I got to step up on defense more. And this week, I know Abington Heights is going to run the ball on us, so I got to step up again and make plays.
Xavier Heck, thanks, man. Good job.
Thank you.
You, good job. Thank you, boys. Go get warm. It's all good now. Coach, I guess you'll go get hydrated, right? Because it is cold, but we're thirsty, right? Well, you are. But anyway, I need your microphone, Coach, as I make my way over. Thank you, gentlemen, our players of the game again. Brought to you by Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales. As I make our way back over here to the bench quickly, want to tell you about some of our other friends, as I did mention them at the top. Again, a special thanks to all of our sponsors who put us here every week for you, and I hope content that we put out gets back to them somehow, and you could express your thank you to them as well. Randy Marchetti, can't say enough. My good friend since we're kids. R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating here in Hazleton, serving our area for over 110 years. Please give them a call at 570-455-7335. Emergency service. The weather is getting cold. We can attest to that this evening. But again, it is all for our senior boys. That's why we're out here. Getting things prepared, getting your pipes looked at, your boilers clean. It all comes into play, especially for them at this time of the year. So please give Randy and his crew a call. You'll probably personally speak to Randy's father or Randy himself. Again, 570-455-7335. That's R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating here in Hazleton. Give them a call. Give them the business. None better in the area as far as I'm concerned. Personally had them myself. Again, another one of our season sponsors and some of the best Italian food you'll have here in our town, in our area. Big thanks to the Chirico family at Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House, located at 380 South Popular Street, just up the hill, as I like to say here from the stadium. Here in Hazleton, 455-7892. Again, another group of family, fine people that when I went to when this all started back in the beginning, even before the season was about to start, and said, hey, there wasn't even a blink of the eye. As a matter of fact, I got yelled at by Dante for taking the time that I did to get to him. But please give them a call for takeout or make a stop in at 380 South Popular Street. Or give them a call, 570-455-7892. Want to remind you, on the left-hand side of your screen, third block down, is their mix and match special with their logo, 2+ for $11.50 each. So any of these items I'm about to read, 2 or more, will be only $11.50 each. Can make a great meal for yourself, could make a great meal for your family. Cavatelli, ravioli, stuffed shells, a large Yanapos, Francesca pizza, bone-in wings, or a large pizza. Each one of those, 2 or more, for $11.50 each. That is the mix and match special. Also, don't want to forget about the food truck, the Alta food truck, Dante's Inferno. You can check out their schedule on Facebook at Alta Presents Dante's Inferno. I believe they're at Maylast again this weekend. Again, please check the website to reaffirm what I just said. But check them out. That schedule is on there, and I believe it goes right till the end of the month and may be extended into November. Again, a big thanks to the Chirico family in business since 1992. You have Neil, Renee, Dante running the whole show. Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House, 380 South Popular Street here in Hazleton. Again, please give them a call at 570-455-7892 as we make our way back over to the bench. And we have the finished results. Kate is back. She's been standing here patiently and is probably ready to kill me.
No,
But this is what we do.
Okay.
We'll bring Anna into, you don't have to sit down, a bench is cold.
Yeah, the bench is freezing. All right.
Anna is back.
Yes.
Maybe we can get Kelly to zoom in a little bit, but this is just a little bit of an ideals of what Kate does and her work. It is amazing in my opinion. And this is what most of your kids come looking out like every week when they come here to this place to the football game. Kate, you do private parties, right? You do birthday parties. Again, can you tell us how we can get in touch with you? You know, the holidays are coming, we talked about. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in my pocket. My mouth is big enough, it'll pick up. I apologize. But tell us a little bit about, how to get with you again. I know I did mention it quick in the beginning. And just the different events and so many events coming up with the holidays.
Right. So I do birthdays. I do, oh my gosh, I've done weddings. I've done bridal showers, baby showers. I have a glitter bar as well where I just paint your face with glitter. And I have like the mermaid wall, the neon sign, all of the above. So anything, any event, you name it, and I will absolutely do it. Any request, face-wise, you name it, and I can paint it. So you can get in touch with me via Facebook on the Magical Paintbrush by Kate Facebook page. You can message me on there, and I will get in touch with you. I do book about 2 to 3 months out in advance, so please be cognizant about that. However, just reach out to me, and I will be in touch with you. And that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah, and you can catch on the right hand of your screen Kate's logo, and that's actually the Facebook page address as well.
Yeah.
Like we had mentioned, we talked about, even though she can't be here, and we're so upset about that this Friday, because again, we talk about family, and she is a part of the family here as well. Every week we do a home game, and hopefully for much time to come. It's different when you walk in this place.
Yeah, I'm very thankful that they asked me to do that this year because it does change the vibe. I mean, Coach Sacco is rebuilding this program and he was talking about that. And I feel like that just with something simple with face painting, I'm helping rebuild the spirit section, rebuild the school spirit in general. And you can definitely feel the vibe and feel that change from little all the way up. And it's a good feeling and it's a good thing. And I've made so many relationships with like the high school kids, the young kids. They come see me. They know me as the face painting lady or whatever they want to call me. And they're giving me hugs. They're, high fives. And it's a really sweet feeling. So it's been an honor to do this. And I hope I get to do this again, or maybe for other sports too.
Yeah. And again, like I said, we're going to work on some stuff and Kate, I know Kate a long time. So you're going to see her around a lot more, just not with football and stuff. Like I said, with the holidays coming, this is definitely an add-in to your company party, to your holiday party. I mean, if everybody's just getting together, perhaps you're holding a private party at a venue somewhere in the city, or in general, she does travel. I mean, we're not going to Canada or anything. Although it feels like Canada out here tonight.
Yes.
And I can thank you guys for that. Do you want to tell everybody your name, that you're standing here so smiley? and happy, and you're really freezing.
Okay,
My daughter
anyways.
just told me shut up live. All right, that's great. Tell them your name.
My name's Honor Rose Sosar.
And where do you go to school?
Maca Claire's Elementary and Middle School.
And how old are you now?
10.
10? Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. And what are your aspirations? What do you got going on in life?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Give you the platform, and that's all you can say. All right. Well, there it is again, ladies and gentlemen. Kane and I will do our best
Yeah,
Vanna
she
White.
picked her glitter and everything, so that's also options. And she wanted to be a cougar colored leopard, so that's what we did.
A lot of ways, a lot of ways. Kate, one more time, tell them where we can get you, and then we'll get you warm. I know Arnie is waiting.
Oh, yes, my French bulldog. He's patiently waiting in my car. So once again, you can catch me on the Magical Paintbrush Face Paint by Kate. The logo is in the bottom corner. Please look for the sparkly logo, and please shoot me a message. I do any event possible, and really, I will give you pricing based on travel fee and such. That's really just the only expense that I would have to.
It's about the
let you know.
business. That's where it's
that's
at.
really the only thing that I would have to quote for you.
Big thanks to Kate. Thank you so
Yes.
much for coming.
Thank you.
My daughter's your biggest customer.
Yes, Coach Sacco's daughter is my biggest customer.
I can attest to that from week one of Meet the Cougars all the way
She calls
through.
my tent my office. That's what she would call my tent. And the last time I painted her, she wanted both arms painted, both cheeks painted. She was all tatted.
Your kids are insane. And her friends are even worse.
They were
not in a bad way. They were beating me to get the stuff.
She's like, I want a cheerleader here. I want a football here.
Oh, yeah,
I wanted to say USA, and I want it. And that's the other thing.
Very to the point.
I painted for every
That's
theme.
what she does,
So
ladies
it
and
was
gentlemen.
cool. Yeah.
And again, thank you so much, Kate.
You're welcome.
I apologize for the weather, but it could be snow. It could be snowing, right? I mean, it could be worse. Yeah. But that's big thanks to Anna Rose. And you need to get home now because you have to get a shower. It's almost bedtime and wash all that stuff off.
Yeah, you can't wear that to school.
But beautiful job by Kate as always. It is Firo's Funeral Services on the bench. Big thanks to Kate. Big thanks to Anna Rose. Go get warm, guys.
Yes.
And we'll see you again next year because we're done with the home season. And Kate has a personal thing. She's in a wedding this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
She's allowed to have a life too. So
people are in love, so that happens around here.
we are all in love, even with this one. All right, get out of here. Thank you,
All right,
Kate.
take care.
There you have it, the Firo's Funeral Services on the bench segment as we do every week. Like I said, things are a little bit all over this place this week. We wanted to showcase Kate, who's been here with us from Meet the Cougars and every home game through, so everybody could get a look. Again, check out her logo, right-hand side of your screens, and it is the Magical Paintbrush on Facebook. Lots of families who have kids, lots of adults who like the glitter stuff. She's got it all. So please check her out. Her work is beautiful. And again, she is a teacher in the school district. She is an art teacher, but everything she does is freehand. She got good stuff going on. I want to quickly remind you as we get to the last official season game, we do have probably one more weekend, possibly even more. This is the time of the year where the magic can really happen and anybody in the playoffs can win. We still have game week coming up for next week's game. We'll get more about that once this week ends and we can get up on Facebook. We will be with you next Monday. We'll talk about that once we get back down to the West End Zone. But if you're interested in, again, as I mentioned with Kate, and it doesn't necessarily have to be artistic, it could be anything. Lots of stuff coming up with family, friends, vehicles, home repairs, entertainment-wise and luxury-wise. We mentioned with Kate, I have a DJ service as well. Things are starting to pick up for us people too. So give us a call. Like I said, we do have one, maybe possibly two, who knows? Like I said, once it comes to playoffs, 570-778-5942, or you can PM us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, the local sports pod. Again, just if you're looking to give that business a little bit more of a push, we are here for you, and no better way to do it than supporting our high school sports, our youth sports, and athletics. All right, Coach is back. We're going to head out here for the second half of our walk. And as we started the show off, which was I thought was kind of cool, a little different, give us a little fresh feel. It's senior week, or senior week. I call it senior week because it leads up to the game. Senior game, senior night, Friday night here at Harmon Guys. We'll get into all the dirty details with broadcast outlets and times and stuff. As Abington Heights comes in, a familiar foe. Seems we always used to open the season with those guys, but since the 6A restructure and all that, they always now seem to end up the last couple of years at the end. And like you mentioned, and you mentioned in the film, looking to pull this one and make a statement as we got ready for playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been the story of the 2025 season. Abington Heights coming in, another top tier opponent, coming in at 7-2. Really good season, really good team, big, strong. Has really, they've dominated games that they've played in. Their two losses coming against really, tough opponents. But it's another good team that's coming in here Friday night to Harmon Guys. So the thing that we talked about, I know we've talked about it before. That's the kind of environment that you have to play in when you're a 6A school. You have to play these top teams. There is not one cupcake that is on our schedule. We don't have any of those kind of warm-up games where, you play a team that you're going to beat and, you can pad your stats a little bit. And we're playing the top-tier competition every week. And that's the challenge of playing here and playing for the Cougars. But it's also what some of these players that have aspirations of playing in college, you want to play that competition. And you want to play the top tier opponents and see how you're going to perform against some of these other athletes that are going to be playing on Saturdays. And that's what you get here when you play for the Hazleton area. Big school, strong teams come in every week, and you're always going to get the best against these teams. So we got another tough one coming in here Friday night. We wouldn't want it any other way. It's senior night. We're going to be coaching for our seniors. Our younger players are going to be playing for our seniors. We have a really nice ceremony planned at halftime to honor all those seniors and honor them, get their families involved and everything. Have a nice ceremony at halftime for them, because that's really what it's about. It's about that group that's passing that torch onto the younger guys that are coming up who are going to continue to carry that torch for us. Every coach, except for Coach EJ, played for Hazleton at one point at a time, whether it was in a Mountaineers jersey or in a Cougars jersey like I did. So it's a big night, and it's very important for us and very important for our players.
Which anybody that sticks out to mind for having that we need to look out for?
I mean, it's another team where they have talent all over the field. There's not just one guy that sticks out there. They're a total team effort. They are in a situation where, kind of like we are. We had Freddie at quarterback, who's known as a baseball player.
Right.
Their quarterback was another big time recruit, baseball player. I believe he was going to Auburn to play baseball. He got hurt. He is out. So they have a younger quarterback who's stepping in here, who stepped into a role and is carrying it just fine for them. So, but number 20 for them just broke the record last week for receptions in a season and in his career for Abington Heights. So he's leading them in receptions. He has a pile of receptions and a lot of big numbers. So he's the guy you want to look for on the field.
Well, there you have it. Again, from the head Cougar's mouth, as we do every week. Can't thank Coach enough. Can't thank you enough, for taking this journey with us. It's not over yet. Like I said with the boys, when we got together with the seniors in the beginning here, the playoffs are coming. We don't want to talk about it too much, but as I mentioned, to Kate and such, it's, you never know what can happen when we get to the time of the year. And again, I'll go back to your words to the guys downstairs just as film was ending. Do you want to go into a game as just, we're going to play Hazleton, or do you want to make a statement with this Abington game and have people say, when we come into the first playoff game, which most likely, if it were to be today, would be Wilkes-Barre. So we made that trip, 3 weeks ago, I think it was. Making the same trip again, only this time with a little more, oh, geez, we got to face Hazleton.
Yep.
So, but again, can't thank coach enough, can't thank the school district enough for leaving us into the grounds, allowing us to do our spiel every week. Want to remind you, we will be back with you next Monday night, the 27th. Hopefully lots of good things to talk about, especially with the playoffs coming. We'll have a little bit more insight as to who it will be. Like I said, if it did end today, it would be the Pack up out of Wilkes-Barre. We will be visiting no matter where we go. It's a thing in 6A, but I think it's a good thing, especially for our team. It's going to give those younger guys a taste, but I don't want to push too far into that with you because Abington is the main focus for this week. So quickly, I'm going to thank our sponsors again and again from the bottom of my heart to all of you who've come into this game to allow us in here every week and bring a fresh feel to the friends and supporters and family and fans of this fine program. Again, RL Marchetti Plumbing and Heating here in Hazleton, Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House, and Dante's Inferno Food Truck here in Hazleton. Our player of the game sponsor, great people, Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales over on 924 on the Harley Road in Hazel Township. Brand new, our game week sponsor, the Magical Paintbrush Face Paint by Kate. You got a good taste of what that fine young lady does, and it's really starting to grow for her. She's been a part of the family since we started this thing back in August. And again, our on the bench sponsor, never a doubt when I go or have gone to them in the past, Firo's Funeral Services Incorporated here in Hazleton. Can't thank you enough, Jeff and Andy. I want to quickly remind you the broadcast outlets. You can quickly, I will quickly go through that you can catch this Friday. Of course, every home game you've seen, and you will see this Fridays as well. WILN TV 35, that's Service Electric Cablevision Hazleton, Channel 7, 7 o'clock airtime, 7 o'clock kickoff. If that is not to your liking and you're more of the streaming type, the Hazleton Area School District YouTube at youtube.com. Look up at HASDK12. They will be on the air. Paul Bowe, Rich Salonis, the usual suspects, with their pregame show at 6:45, 7 o'clock airtime, 7:05 kickoff. Again, Joe Delphi and myself, WILN TV 35, 7 o'clock airtime, 7:05 kickoff. Coach, can't thank you enough, man. We'll do it again next week. Again, thanks to you for tuning in. As always, please remember to view, like, share, follow, comment, YouTube at the Local Sports Pod for viewing, Facebook, Instagram, the Local Sports Pod. Mike Sosar signing out. Let's go Cougars.